We are about to embark on an immersive journey through the corridors of our minds. Stand by as we prepare for departure.
Welcome aboard, everyone, to the Productivity with Peace of Mind podcast adventure. Our journey will begin in just a moment. Inhale deeply and exhale. Our voyage takes us on a captivating tour, diving deep into the intricate layers of our thoughts and imagination. Brace yourselves for the complexities of our evolution. For a safe and enjoyable journey, stay seated. Secure your helmet and protective goggles, and keep hands, feet, and legs inside while the ride is moving. Now relax and enjoy.
What if I told you there's one single tool that can hold everything you need to know, whether personally or professionally, for business or work or your personal life? Everything you need to know. Remember, reference, find, access. And then it could save you hours of wasted time, stress, overwhelm every single week. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about the Magical Binder, which is a tool that I have created and evolved over the years for business and for our life.
If you've ever had a job where they have this big magical binder that has everything you need to know, everything someone new in the company needs to know, or anything anyone on the team needs to find, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It contains everything: policies, processes, passwords, emergency contacts, handbooks, guides, links to SOPs, links to really anything. If you think about, if someone asks you, like, oh, where do I find this? Or where do I go to get that? Then you can link directly to where you're going and where you need to find it. The thing about the physical in-person binders, though, is that it can get outdated, it can be clunky, right? As people handle it and mess with it, it can, papers can get ruffled. So what I realized is you can build a digital version of this. So it's almost like, if you can imagine, like a table of contents of a book as a digital file, that each line, then, instead of just saying the items, it lists out the items, but then it also links to where you need to go. So anytime you or anyone in your life or on your team needs to find something, you can go right to there, Control F, search what you need, click on the link, and go directly to where you need to go, saving tons of time searching and digging and keeping you on track. And what's nice is when you create this, you can access it from your phone, your laptop, your iPad, anywhere that you are. It's always digital, so it's always with you, versus trying to haul or lug around a giant actual physical folder or binder with everything you need to know. It's your one-stop resource for everything in your business and life. Because in reality, like, our brain was not designed and created to hold on to all of the information that we hold on to. It's not built to retain and hold on to the mass amount of information that's going in and out of our brain every single day in the modern world. Passwords, processes, appointments, tasks, even preferences, or think about even the details for your own travel, or your content for marketing for your business, or any projects that are going on in your personal life, and anything that you need to just know where it is digitally in your world, you can use and link to this as well. And when we try to juggle it all in our own brain, it's it can use up our brain space, which is so important to save for other things and for much more important things, because otherwise we can be dropping the ball, wasting time. And this helps us be so much more productive because we're not spending time going down rabbit holes, chasing things, digging for things, looking for things unnecessarily. So once you create and build out your own digital magical binder, you reduce your decision fatigue, that clutter and all of the excess things in your mind running around, taking up your brain space, and gives you back your peace of mind because you always know where to look and you're never going down those rabbit holes. So, how I would start creating it is you start with a document. I actually use Google Docs, and I have a template that I use. But what I would recommend is that you break it down by categories. So if it's for your business, you can create larger headers that would include, like, let's say, operations or marketing, maybe content. There are different headers that you can use to keep it organized. If you're creating one for your personal life, you could have categories like things for the kids, things for the house, things for travel, right? You can categorize it out based on the headers that make sense for your work, your life, your business. Even if you work in the corporate world, you can use this to track and organize everything you need to know where it is or that you need to know for others. Within those larger headers, you can have smaller subtitles and break it down by bullets, right? So you can break it down as much as you want, not going too far to where it gets complicated or hard to follow, but enough so that you have a spot to link exactly what you're going to need to click on or your team needs to click on to go find. So for example, under operations, you might have general resources, you might have vision and goals, handbook type things, maybe scheduling. So that's accessible. Under marketing, maybe you're keeping track of networking and messaging and copy and things like that. Or under creative would be where you have your content, your digital assets, coaching content, book stuff, speaking things, any other digital products or assets that you've created. If it's for personal and you have a section under your family, maybe have one for cooking and meals and recipes and grocery lists. So you're rinsing and repeating everything you need to do for your life, that you don't have to sit and think about it again. You don't have to recreate the wheel. You are using the same process over and over again, saving yourself so much time and mental space. And there's really no limit to what you can include here in your own magical binder. Other things for your business could include content you've created, social media posts if you want to use them for evergreen or keep the content for other things, your podcast outlines if you host a podcast, or podcast content if you're guesting on other podcasts, other templates, so emails, captions, templates for campaigns, content calendars, anything for your operations, processes and workflows, any tools or resources or freebies that you've downloaded through other companies that help you with your business or life. You can organize those so that you actually find them and actually use them versus just letting them collect dust in a folder somewhere, lost in the dark in the digital realm. If you have a team, you can include team roles and responsibilities, job descriptions, information on your vendors, campaign outlines, branding guidelines, your assets such as your logos, your photos, templates of any kind, media pitches, placements, right? Anything that you can just create and then reuse. So again, you're just always thinking about where can I save my brain space and my time and my energy. Could also include any programs or services you offer and templates for that, your outlines, your client onboarding checklist, contracts and agreements, right? All of your legal stuff, testimonials and case studies from the work that you do, FAQs, coaching frameworks, anything for administrative and legal, passwords, login information, of course, stored securely, but referenced, right? So you're not just putting in a document that someone can then access, but you're linking to where you have that secured. So whether that's LastPass or Proton Pass or whichever software you're using for your password, handbooks, insurance information, tax information, SOPs, so any processes, standard operating procedures that are documented are very helpful. And really anything else you can think of in your business that you're using on a regular basis or that your team is. For personal life, at home, you can think about utility account info, house maintenance checklists, cleaning schedules, or contractor contacts, anything for your vehicles and your cars, or any other tools or things that you're maintaining. Maybe you have warranties on different products and you're wanting to reference that. Maybe information on insurance for anything you own, registrations, title infos, maintenance schedules for anything in your vehicle or your home or your family, or even medical appointments, roadside assistance numbers, doctors, dentists, your eye doctor, right? Any specialists that you see, their information, their contacts, keeping that all together in one place. Could be medication info, dosages, insurance details, your emergency contacts, anything financial, where to find that, where to go, where to look, for your bank accounts or logins or bills, subscriptions list, investments. You could track things for travel. So travel preferences, travel numbers, travel counts, packing lists for when you go on vacation, gift preferences for you, your family, friends, your loved ones. You can track your goals, your bucket list, and link to that. Any of your journal prompts or self-care rituals that you want to return to can all be linked in your own magical binder. So how do we create our magical binder? First, you want to pick your platform. Is it going to be Google Docs? Is it going to be Word on your desktop that you then can email to yourself or keep on all of your devices? Will it be in OneNote? Will you use Notion, right? Deciding what do you use? What are your systems? What is your equipment and what works with that? Because the last thing I want you to do is set up something the exact way I have it set up that doesn't work for you. So think about, what do you use? What's already accessible? What's easy? And then select it based on that. Next, you want to build your table of contents. So really think about, what are your main categories, either business or personal, and how are you going to break that up? And are you going to have one with business and personal if you don't have a lot, or if there's a lot for each one, are you going to separate it and create two? So within that, breaking it down into those categories like operations, home, family, medical, right? Like, what are your categories or for your business? Operations, marketing, creative, legal, right? All of those things. What are your categories? Then you're going to put in your subcategories and decide what's included within that, what's underneath it, right? So under legal, maybe it's, legal contract templates, and then contacts for your legal team or your lawyer. And then as you build it out, you're hyperlinking each line so that it's there to click into and go find whatever it is that line, that sub bullet is referencing. And something that can happen here too is we can overthink it. And I want to make sure that you're not overthinking it. You're just starting with what's initially in your mind, right? You can brainstorm everything like we're doing and get it all down and start outlining it. Just start somewhere, right? Start documenting it. And then over time, it will grow, because what happens is you start with your initial draft, you start with your initial outline, and then you'll be at work or at an appointment and you'll think, oh, where's that thing And that's the cue and trigger you want to look for is, what are the things I'm thinking about or looking for throughout the day, or being asked for, like being asked, where's this or where's that, or how do I go to this? Then that's when you go back into your magical binder and add in a new bullet or add in a new line of that thing that you thought of, right? Maybe you're, at the grocery store and then you realize, oh yeah, my grocery list. And then you go back and add that in, you build that out. You only have to do it once, and then it's always there for you anytime you need it. Really anything that you just need to keep handy so that you're always prepared and not wasting your precious brain space. Then you just have to maintain it, keep it updated, maybe set quarterly or monthly reminders to go back in and check, do a little audit, make sure anything that you no longer need is removed, any new things that are coming up for you are being added in, and then things are updated as you need it. Because that's the great thing about it being digital and virtual, is that you can tweak and edit and change and evolve. It really is truly a living, breathing document that organizes your life and your business. And then you have this beautiful tool to reference and go back to and make your life feel so, so, so much easier, and bring that ease back into your life and remove unnecessary stress so that you have the capacity to deal with what really matters most. It saves you time, so you're not searching through notes, emails, text, and just digging and going down rabbit holes and forgetting where you even started in the first place. Brings you that peace of mind because everything you need is in one place. It's a great delegation tool because if somebody else needs to step in, a team member, a family member, a friend, they know exactly where to look and where to find everything. And ultimately, it gives you your freedom back because it's reducing the overwhelm, the mental clutter, so that your energy goes where it matters and where you truly want to focus in your life. In most businesses I've worked with or worked for, there's always a handful of things that I'm being asked for or people are looking for. And anytime I've created a tool like this, I've done it in so many businesses, there's so much relief and time given back and stress removed for everybody because we can easily go and refer to it. And even if you're still finding something for someone else, it's easier for you to just go and control F your, large table of contents for your life or for the life or the business, finding the thing, clicking on it, and then sending that link without, even taking more than 10 seconds of your time. And it's truly been a lifesaver for me and so many others. It's simple, but it's powerful. And it just keeps you so organized and so on track. So I want you to go give it a try, start the brainstorm process, rewind and re-listen if you need to, and go through the steps. Think about your table of contents, think about your headers, your subheaders, and the categories of everything you could possibly want to include. Start linking things out, start connecting things, and then just let it be easy, let it be simple, and let it save you so much time. I'm so excited to hear how it goes for you. And I want to hear from you on how this saves you time, how this brings more energy back into your life and allows you to focus on what matters most.
Thank you for braving the inside of your mind with me. The better we understand ourselves, the more deeply we understand the world, and as our awareness grows, life just gets better and better. If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a moment to leave a review and share this with anyone else you think could benefit from listening. A quick reminder that the content shared in this podcast is for informational purposes only. I am not a licensed therapist, and the discussions here are not a substitute for professional advice. If you're dealing with a specific issue or need personalized guidance, please consult with a qualified professional. Your well-being is important, and this podcast is simply a platform for sharing insights and experiences. I appreciate you spending this time with me. Until next time.